Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got 4 swimming advisories issued in Beaufort County due to high bacteria levels. Now, the Department of Environmental Quality says the sites are on the Pamlico River around the Washington area. They are at the railroad trestle near the channel to downtown, the public access at Haven Gardens Park off of Park Drive, the access off Christian Service Camp Road, and the access off Camp Hardy Road. The DEQ says samples taken Tuesday and Wednesday show bacteria levels that exceed state and federal standards. People swimming or playing in waters with high bacteria levels have an increased risk of developing gastrointestinal illness or skin infections, according to the state. Now, signs will be posted advising people not to swim within 200 feet. Testing at the sites will continue, and signs will be removed once the bacteria drop reaches acceptable levels. And now we want to turn to the Middle East as Iran and Israel continue to trade missile strikes back and forth. NBC's Richard Engel has more on the latest.
Dozens of Iranian ballistic missiles rained down across Israel this morning. Sirens wailed as Israeli air defense systems sprung into action. But at least 4 of Iran's powerful missiles made it through. The Soroka hospital in Beersheba in southern Israel took a direct hit, according to Israeli officials. The impact captured on a cell phone video. Inside, staff and security moved to evacuate patients and search for injured, with sections of the ceiling on the floor. Israel's defense minister called it a war crime, and Prime Minister Netanyahu saying, "We will exact the full price from the tyrants in Tehran." There were no deaths reported, but several injured. Iran said it was aiming for a military site near the hospital. Another missile exploded in Ramat Gan outside Tel Aviv, hitting a business district. And more buildings in nearby Holon. Search and rescue teams arriving quickly.
We have 5 buildings that were hit by the missile. We have one which is the main building and all the other ones surrounding it.
Israel is continuing its strikes across Iran to pick apart the country's military, destroying these Iranian helicopters and missile launchers and nuclear sites. But some nuclear facilities are buried so deeply only American bunker busters can reach them. Yuli Edelstein chairs the Israeli Parliament's Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee.
Is the main issue this super bomb that the United States possesses? Is that really the main capacity that the U.S. has that Israel would like to have?
In dry military terms, the answer would be yes. They have the capacity with less effort to get rid of one of the Iranian nuclear sites. We are not saying that we won't try to find our own ways to deal with that. With the United States, it could be much easier and faster.
And again, that was Richard Engel reporting. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. Today so far has been a very sunny day and hot. Warm temperatures already, looking at the upper 80s in Washington. Right now, 87 degrees, feels like 95, thanks to a south-southwesterly wind and high humidity. The south-southwesterly wind is keeping the humidity high right now, blowing in at about 13 miles an hour. Dew points in the mid-70s, but hey, mostly sunny skies. It's nice seeing some blue up above. Right now in Greenville, 88 degrees, feels like 102. Thanks to a 79-degree dew point, west-southwesterly wind blowing in at about 11 miles an hour. Do want to say hello again to Esmeralda from Chinquapin. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. As far as your air temperatures go, right now around the Chinquapin area, looking at the mid to upper 80s. 86 degrees in Kenansville. We've got 87 in Jacksonville, 88 in Kinston, and that's really kind of the range we're seeing across most inland areas. Now, as you get closer to the water, you're seeing a little bit of a cooler temperature profile. 81 degrees right now in Hatteras, 83 in Beaufort. But again, it is going to be hot and humid no matter where you go in eastern North Carolina. However, if you're looking to avoid the worst of the heat, head to the coast. Head to the coast. That's where we're likely going to be seeing the coolest temperatures of the day. But even then, still not going to be cool. 93 degrees by the time we get to around 3, 4, and 5 p.m. today. Mostly sunny skies coupled with that south-southwesterly wind will aid our temperatures in getting into that low to mid 90s range. Humidity will, of course, lead to some heavier showers and storms as a cold front rolls in late tonight. And that is why today is a first alert weather day. Because of those late night storms, we could see some strong to severe wind gusts generated from those storms. I think they'll cross into eastern North Carolina by the time we get to around 6, 7 p.m. at night, and then really take off as we head towards 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Later on this evening. Now, some models bringing it in a little bit earlier, some a little bit later, but here is where that boundary is at right now. Currently moving over the Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. We've got that boundary shifting further southward across Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama. Right now, it doesn't look like we're seeing any sort of severe weather impacts out of this system, but usually we see our greatest opportunity for severe weather during the afternoon and evening once our atmosphere has reached its hottest temperature. Again, severe weather needs heat and humidity to get going. Usually thrives when we reach our hottest temperature. Now, coming up for tomorrow morning, there will be a lingering chance of some showers near the coast. That cloud cover will gradually pull away from the east, leading to a few sea breeze showers coming up tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening. But for the most part, rain chances minimal coming up for the next several days. After, of course, tonight. We got to get through tonight, then the rain chances really start to diminish a little bit. Here's kind of a quick look at what we've got coming up hour by hour today. By 7, again, some of the area may start to see a few rain showers roll in. I think most of us between around 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Will be seeing most of those rain showers moving over the coast early tomorrow morning. But by the time most of us wake up on Friday, we're going to be clear of the rain. There will be cloud cover that sticks around a little bit longer than what I'm sure many of you may want. But not to worry, those clouds will fade away through the day tomorrow and possibly fade away enough to create a sea breeze front that could prompt a few more showers and storms tomorrow afternoon. But of course, it's not those showers and storms that have our attention. It's next week and the heat that will come with next week. 94 degrees on Sunday, 96 on Monday and Tuesday. And with high humidity, overnight lows in the low to mid 70s, it will feel like we're between around 105 to 110 degrees. A little heat wave early on in the summer season. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come, but we shall see. That's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Juneteenth.